Hello and good afternoon. I had promised a little while ago that I would give some models on how to become a genius. Now, before I give you these models, I suggest that you look up the word insight and look at the definition of what insight means. And believe there's 4 parameters in that definition. I'm not going to go into them because you need to look up the word. Insight is the word, and look up its meaning. And after you've done that, then I'm going to give an example right now of how you can start today to become more genius-like. We all have the capacity. There's no doubt in my mind. In early childhood, we are geniuses. Absolutely. Because we bring in billions and billions of parts of information daily, and we record them and we exercise them after we built signatures in our brains. The thing is, as we grow older, these signatures get cut off. What I'm trying to attempt to do is to help you restructure your brain and bring out new structures, okay? New signatures that you can create in your mind, because they found recently that the ability of the neurons to communicate at a high capacity throughout a lifetime is possible. But you must exercise. It's like with anything in life. If you don't use it, you lose it. And that's absolutely true with any exercise. Even if you are a great mind has to constantly exercise and refine itself to move on to the next levels of expectation and understanding of whatever you're seeking to understand in life in general. Just living and surviving day to day. Now, enough of this rambling. I'm going to get right on to the exercise. The first exercise is a very, very easy exercise. What I want you to do, don't get a complex piece of music to start out. I suggest maybe like Chopin or a slower rhythmic pattern type music. Okay, what you do is you listen to the music. I call it mirroring or mocking music. It's basically what you're doing. I'll give you an example. Have you ever, as a child, mocked someone? You're actually duplicating what they're saying in split seconds or milliseconds after they say it. Well, you're going to do this with your mind today. You're going to start today. Don't wait. Don't hesitate to do these things because time goes on. Look at my hair, it's gray. Okay? Time is of the essence. Make every moment of your life fulfilling. Okay? You can do this all the day long, but I want you to start out small. Okay? Find a piece of music that you're comfortable with that's like a classical. I would suggest classical music because that has been proven to be more effective in stimulating brain activity. So let's start with classical music. If you don't like classical, you can find other music, but I ask that it would be more easy listening because you need something that's flowing. Okay? Now, what you do is you put this piece of music on. You listen to the music. You listen to the entire song first, okay, before you even mimic it. Listen to the entire song. Then go back and start the song again. And as it's playing, mimic it in your mind. That means basically what you're doing is you're just copying it while it's playing in your mind. You're hearing it in your mind as you're doing it. This is a start because this will teach you that it is possible to have a photographic memory. People say that it's not possible because we only learn in chunks. Well, obviously, when you listen to music, you're not listening to chunks as you're listening to it. You're listening to each individual note being played in succession. So it is possible to have a photographic memory. But I suggest you start this out slow because a lot of mental noise is not good for the human mind. Okay? Slowly grasp this so you can control it. I suggest if you have any mental illness, you clear this with your doctor before you start doing this because what I'm teaching you are very profound things that will actually help the mind to elevate itself to a new level. Expand, okay? What you're doing is teaching your mind to communicate in different ways that it's not accustomed to. These are kind of foreign to your mind if you've never done it. But today, if you have a sound mind and you feel a need to exercise your mind and become the genius that you want to become, there's no such thing as a super genius. Sorry, I've heard all those people out there say they're super geniuses. No, they just have the capacity to exercise their mind at a higher level, which you're capable too. And the whole idea of this mirroring music, is to help speed up the process of thinking. Everybody has a what do you call reaction time, or a processing time that the mind takes to draw something in. You know, like some people have delayed memories where it takes them more time to draw it in. What I'm going to help you do, that if you have this problem, you can help accelerate your brain to move at a faster rate so that you can process information more readily without confusion and without nervousness. This is not to be a nervous task. You don't force it. You allow it to flow. Okay? And then you'll understand that speed is not a jittery movement. Speed is a flowing movement, and it can be increased. Just like water flows, the more the current flows, the faster the water will flow, just like with the mind. But it's a natural flowing movement. Remember this. Now back to the task. What you do, like I said, you get this classical music, you mirror it in your mind and you listen to it. And you focus on this music. You can do it on a daily basis. You can switch music around. It doesn't matter if you don't feel comfortable listening to the same sonata over and over, the same classical music, or the music you desire to use in this process that I'm giving you. And now that I've told you about the mirroring, this is just one example that I'm going to give you today, because this is a beginning. Okay, this will teach you that the mind is capable of doing a lot more than what you readily know already. Even if you are a genius, you can refine what you know by doing this with music, increasing it with more complex and more exaggerated tempos, and mixing music and matching it together or meshing it together. I'll explain that later, but today we're just going to focus on a piece of music that you find maybe on the internet, or you have music in the house or on the radio. Just mimic the music in your mind as it's playing. Now that I've told you about that, I want to give you one more mental exercise to help you understand about the human mind. First of all, the human hand, okay? What you do, you take and you imagine a human hand in your mind. It could be your hand or a hand that you're imagining in your mind right now. Imagine a hand. Now, I show you, if you say you have difficulty envisioning a hand, listen to what I'm saying. Don't think of a hand. What did you think? You probably thought of a hand. It's a good possibility you thought of a hand. Like I said, don't think of a hand. You'll think of a hand, because what the mind does, it devils in novelty. It'll do just the opposite sometimes of the things you ask it. So that's the way the mind works. Okay, that's one aspect of how the mind works. Now, what I want you to do, in your mind, imagine you're physically shaking hands with that hand that you envision in your mind. What you're doing is you're shaking hands with who you really are, because what you do externally starts internally, and then they become a whole, and it's processed in what you see around you. Okay, you might say, well, how do you know this? Try it and find out. Test. It's a test theory. We all know that we process, from science, we all know that we process information ahead of time to express our surroundings. And when we do that with everything, we did that as a child. That's how we became who we are. We developed a personality. God created a wonderful, powerful mind, and He's given us ways of using. But what happens is we become less childlike as we get older, and we lose this ability. So, and my time is short on this video, but now I want you to exercise what I've taught you today. Exercise following the music in your mind, and actually hearing it in your mind as it's playing, and shaking hands with yourself and getting to know who you really are internally. Well, thank you for listening to my video. I will have more information, more things out there to teach you. And I'm slowly going to give this to you, spoon feed you, because with anything you start out slow. Just as the baby starts out with soft food, we're starting out with soft information so that you can grasp it and grow and refine what you learn daily. Well, thank you for listening to my video, and please come back again and I will teach you more. There is a lot more. There's no end to learning, and you'll see that, and I'll show that to you. Well, peace. I love all you people out there, and like I said, please come back so I can teach you more. See you later.